I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA Review. Today is July 24th, Wednesday, 2024. Hope you had a good day today. So, the market dropped a little bit, huh? If you watch Friday's video, last Friday's video, I made this video on the 19th saying that 8% drop if we were to become bearish or to get a nice retracement. This would be a nice area for it to come back to at the minimum. And sure enough, what did we get? We got it. So, I'm not just over here, making this shit up. You know what I'm saying? So, what did we do? We blew right through. So we gapped down. And yesterday's video, so watch also yesterday's video, I was saying like this phantom trend line here with all these higher lows, all the wicks. I was like, this rising wedge. I'm like, that shit looks super suspect. Look at that, dude. They opened up and gapped down. When they gapped down, right when they gapped down, and I saw that, I was like, I knew what time it was. I've seen this plenty of times, so I'm sure you have as well. But anyways, what did we do? We blew right through this daily imbalance right here from the 12th, and then we used that as resistance at 9:30, and then which I'll continue. Actually, I'll just go to it. Let's see here. We'll see if this trade pans out. I have no expectations for it, but I caught it while I was getting ready for the video, and then I was like, you know what? They decided to run that liquidity here, this level. See this? See this there's three higher lows right here. This liquidity, nice liquidity pool. So were they going to take it out or not was the question, and I had a feeling they did. But my issue with this trade right now is that there's a lot to talk about, but the 50% level. But if we're bullish, okay, if we're going back to bullish, let's put it that way, and retracing back, I don't care if we're bearish or bullish, but to wipe out all this imbalance of price here, and then, wipe out all this easy selling, I would expect it to stay above the 50% of this daily imbalance. Like, you would want to see that obviously in these two daily imbalances here, but because their agenda is to balance price and wipe out this liquidity. What's funny is when I made the video, when I was making the videos here in June, I was saying about this area here and here. If you recall, if you watch the videos, if you recall, I made this. I was showing these levels, but they decided to, do another drive up, right, and then come down, right. A lot to talk about in this video, because what do we have here on the monthly chart? If you take a look, what did we do? Well, we just came in. This is a monthly chart up here in the top left. We just sealed that price. So that's a very high level of of price action. This is the May's high, right? So we just sealed that out right now by doing all this. That's why you see the price rushing for it, right? But that's why I love this area for buying, because not only did we just hit the top of May, which would be this level here. If you look on the 4-hour chart, it would be this level right here, which is actually where price is. Yes, we dipped below it, obviously, which it's a monthly chart, so obviously. But also, if I go to a weekly chart, again, there's a lot to talk about in this video. So, and as you see here, we come in and then we tap in this down candle here, which is a weekly candle, which is, you can see May, the end of May. Well, not the end of May, but this is the third week to May, right? Yeah. It is the last week of May. Yeah, this is the last week of May right here. So anyways, that down candle is what I'm showing you. That level right here, if you take a look right here, we don't hit that candle, but we do hit the high of it. So the problem with this trade, and it's probably not going to pan out, I should probably just take the profit out. But hey, I'm not worried about, I've already minimized the risk. When it ran through and it started pushing up, I've already minimized the risk to like 6 points. I'm not fucking worried about it at all. But the reason why is because it has a high possibility of hitting the open. They might want to hit the open of that candle, but they might not. That's the whole thing. They might not. So I was trying to. There was a level. Wasn't it this level here? Oh, we did go through it to that gap, but yeah. Anyways, so that's the level I'm interested in, is the open of this week right here, and anything farther than that, I mean, I'm not really interested in at all. And then yeah, you're probably like, dude, just draw a line. I know, trust me, I get it. Let me change this color real quick. See, that's why I like that area. And we might really come down, to be honest. But to this area here, this area right here is really like still in play here. Hopefully it just buys from here, but it might not, because you see this little box right here, and I've had it ever since it was created. But this is opening range gap that was never filled, and then we have one here. This is what's remaining too. So coming back down, we already came underneath here, right? But we do have 50% of the imbalance, and then we do have this down open wick. The down wick the down candle on the weekly, the open, right? So I don't know if they're gonna try to purge into here, right? This last 50% of the daily, and that's really the magic question for me. Everything else is pretty easy. I expect us to buy from there. If we decide to, because tomorrow's Thursday, and Thursday could be a very high reversal day. So I don't know if we come down one more time, and then when 9:30 shows up, we start reversing backwards, which is up, obviously. Or there's this gap right here. You can see this gap on this 4 hour right there. See that little gap right there? I don't know if this area is in question. So you see the levels, you see the weekly there, you see the 50% there. And then what else? What else? Yeah, I mean, and this daily imbalance right here, that's really it. I don't see us coming any lower than that. For sure. Not for anything, nothing's for sure, as you see, but and then as you want to see, if you want to take a look at this, I'll go to a 5-minute real quick, so you could take a look at the flow. So this is going to be very helpful, because and again, I know it's stretched out. Don't get confused with all these lines. You kind of know what everything is. Again, we had that open of the week, and it was a completely empty body still. So we never closed it. If you look on the daily, well, you can't see it on the daily because it gapped up. But on the other time frames, you could see that we still had some space left in that gap. So we did obviously rush, came down. It was kind of signifying like how we're gonna probably come down. This trade, I need to take this probably trade out, man, to be honest. But I was hoping for another push right now, and I'm not getting that. So. But anyways, as you can see here in the background, I got each imbalance on the daily highlighted. Let me kind of do this so you don't get kind of lost. You see that? That's 1, 2, and 3. We're in the third one here, right? And I've already got the quad levels on each set level. So if you look to the right here, I'm gonna transfer to this 5-minute. You can see at 9:30 when we opened. We're sitting at the 50% of that daily imbalance right there. We're literally at it already when we opening. And I knew that. And I actually, so if you remember, I had a doctor's stuff today, and to do the get blood work results. And good news is I don't have diabetes. The cancer is not ruled out yet. I'm not sure, but I'm not really worried about it. But I got super high cholesterol and low iron. So don't know why I eat like amazing. So, but maybe the weekends are fucking it up. But so that's some good news today. But I was doing all that stuff today. So, but anyways, catching this here. I did catch this trade here from the open down to. Let me see if I could zoom in on the 15-minute. I needed to move this over. God, I'm trying to make this video short. You're gonna get lost with a bunch of levels. Okay, so this see the 50% level is already there at the 9:30. I ended up taking it below here, just a little bit below this 25%, and I was done. And I was in the doctor, and then I saw a roll, and I was like, no. I was like, bro, you should have held it. because they would have rolled right into. So the logic is when we're coming down and we're using support areas turning now resistance. This is algorithmic support resistance where we're looking for obviously the 50% levels, or even the quad levels, but the 50% levels of the bullish imbalances to now turn into bearish imbalances, right? So inversion imbalances, right? So 50% of that, we're looking for that, and that's what we saw. That's right. That's exactly what this trade was right here. So and then when they're coming down, you can see on a 1 minute is way more cleaner than this, but what you will see is that, well, I'm gonna try to go to a 2 minute. Then actually 2 minutes no good because you don't see some stuff. The opening range, so it's dumb. You see here, okay, we get to the 25%, we blow through it. All right, we come play around. We got an imbalance right there that gets created on a 1 minute, much easier to see. I am gonna go to a 1 minute. Fuck it. All right, so you get that imbalance right there, and then we get to man, I should have just moved all these to the side. I don't know why I'm doing this now. And by the way, well, and just so we understand each other, I also have a projection here from yesterday's price action. So this high to low, you can't see it on this time frame. Let me just go to this 15 minute. Yeah, the 15 minute will show you. See this? So yesterday's price action when we made that high, and then it was that low. So that range is projected down to what? To -2 and 2.5 is right here, and that's why I took out the trade early, was because I knew that we were in a tracement reversal zone, so I took it out right there, right? And then I tried to catch a buy once it sealed this imbalance that we're talking about, we're sitting in, which is we're talking about June 12th. Okay, so June 12th, that's this June 12th right here. And then it started rolling down, and I was like, oh, you fucked up. So it is what it is, and I should have just held it. But at the same time, I didn't need to keep trading at all. I was in a fucking doctor's office and doing a bunch of stuff, traveling. So anyways, so imbalance right there, which is the 938 that holds price. Boom. Then we get to Jesus, move over. 956. We get into that imbalance right there too. And then we're basically look at it as we came down to the 25% of the imbalance, and then we froze. Then we come underneath it. Then we come to the closing of that imbalance, and then what do? We tap the next imbalance, which is obviously we're talking about the 11th of June. So once we're now in the 11th of June here, you can see we tap it, then we tap the top one. Then we come underneath it and we tap the top of the 11th. And then take a look at this. I can't make this shit up. Take a look at that, baby. We going. Come on, keep going. So then we go to the 25% of the 11th. The first 25%, we pause. Then we shoot down to the 50. Underneath it, come above. We don't go too far. When we stay, that's another entry. These are all entries. All these levels I'm mentioning are fucking entries. So for the next time when you see this occurring in the long time future, you'll understand that these levels, as it's coming down, yes, it wants to continuously balance price and wipe out liquidity, but it's also referencing it on the way down. So then it comes down to the bottom of that 11th, and then we pop back up to the 25th, not 25th, to the bottom 75% of the imbalance, and then we tag it to the bottom, and then we go through it, we play around, look, we tag the bottom of it, and then boom, where are we on? We're going, there's a weekly gap right there, weekly gap right there, and then we blow through it. Now we're inside the fucking this daily imbalance, which is now we're speaking about the 5th of June, which is where we are now and we bought. So what do? We push back up or whatever. We come right back slamming to the below the 25%, taking out that last piece of liquidity, which is this trend line right here. These three higher lows. We took that out, and then we started buying up. and that's where we are. But you can see it, you can see it running. You see the price running. So again, I'm hoping for it to just shoot off, and then Thursday we don't come below here, and then we kind of reverse because we got some GDP. I think that's tomorrow. And then yeah, man, and then so if you go watch I was mentioning it yesterday. I was telling you that the yields had room to move up, and bonds had room to move down, and that's exactly what they did today. So we had a nice divergence right there. We had a higher high here on Dow. We had lower highs here. That sell at 9:30 was immediately pushed. Like you just was immediately pushed. That's an experience level of entry. But I mean, it is. If you had this level on your chart, you would have known. And you have to, you take that chance. But man, what a beautiful fucking move, man. And then I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, so just real quick, I'm gonna be gone on Friday, and tomorrow I have to pack and do a bunch of stuff, and then I might be doing the barber thing either this evening or tomorrow. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time. I might though. I might though tomorrow to make a video, but I won't be back until Tuesday, and then I'll be gone again Friday. So that makes me busy that Thursday. So we'll see. I have a very limited amount of time going, but dollar, as you see, dollar still playing around, bro. But I mean, at this point, I mean, yes, we would expect it to be more bullish, but I don't. It's not really looking like that's gonna pan out. I don't know, man. This is some very mixed markets, dude. It's very interesting. Nasdaq, and then Nasdaq gapped down hard and then pushed down right here. See that? So, and then wiped out that liquidity here, just kind of like this, the same idea. See this three higher low trend line phantom levels. We just wiped that out, right? So the question is are we headed for a big bearish correction? Because the historical data doesn't show any of this going on, right? So I mean, I'm in the dark as everyone else is, but this gap right here, this shit, I don't know, man. I feel like the market has kind of topped. In the general big picture, I think there's plenty of still room to go in the next 30 years. But I don't know, man. Like I just feel like this is really suspect. This is really suspect, and for the market to, and for the way things are, man, I think we are headed for a crash in general speaking, only because of the housing market, and the rates, and it's like this is like 2008 all over again. If history repeats itself, and if you take a look, you know, but so far this trade is panning. So I needed to break this high right here. I needed to break this high, and I don't know if I'm gonna get it. And to be honest, this is good profit. I shouldn't be a little bitch and try to hold it. But the only reason why I'm attempting these type of shots right here is because look where we are. You know what I'm saying? I got plenty of confluence and levels of this area where we are. If it fails, I'm gonna buy again down here. There's no question. I'm not worried about that shit, right? But so but yeah, as you see here, that projection I had, that's what I got out prematurely because it's 2.5. But man, that's why I forget sometimes. I forget the bigger picture, and I'm a human. But forgetting the bigger picture, that's what I did, and I did understand that these imbalances were here, and that liquidity right there, and I messed it up. So it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Like there's trades every day. There's another bus coming in 15 minutes, and it is what it is. So there's nothing to worry about. Like this is the trading life. So, but we did reach that for standard deviation projection. So it's like it's extended. I mean, in my opinion, it's extended. And then if you take a look here, you could see even all the way to the low. What do we got right here? 8.65% retracement. I mean, between 8 and 10 is where you want to be. And I just caught it right here at 8.65. So, I mean, it's like it is what it is. I can't make this shit up, dude. You know what I'm saying? I made this video on Friday. Friday. Today's Wednesday, right? So I feel like I'm missing something. I'm always missing something. Yesterday also some red flags that I saw, but I mean I don't think I really mentioned it. Well, it's gonna be better on a different time. You know what? Let me move this here to let's do this on a 15-minute right here. So if you take a look, I'm gonna try to make this. As you see here, these three drives. I said that this was a shift, but I mean, and then it shifted again. That's why they did this gap right here. It's not by accident. As I was saying about this low right here, if it got broke, then we're coming down, and sure enough, we literally gapped to it. So I'm sure you saw that too. But anyways, this was a shift too. But look at the three high. The one thing I was going to mention that it was a problem was that these weekly gaps right here, they're all stacked with each other. They're using it as resistance. As you can see, the price won't go up. Number one. Number two, when we shifted above here, there's no bodies here. This is a wick. This it stopped right here, pulled back, came up here, didn't even close above. All wicks came back, came up here, and yes, okay, it pushed a little bit, but I'm not getting like a displacement, right? Like I'm not getting a big push, right? And that was this is kind of like three drives up, like 1, 2, 3, done, finale, right? And then that was the retracement, right? And that's perfectly legal in a scenario where we're hyper bullish, bearish. I mean, so and that's I think I forgot to mention it. And then that I'm always forgetting something in a video, and that's kind of what I wanted to mention yesterday, and that's why I was like, man, I don't see how it doesn't come down for another leg. And sure enough, boy, did we get that leg. Shit, we got that leg, buddy. So yeah, man, I hope hoping I just caught this amazing bottom. Because obviously they're gonna do it at the end of the day. If you've learned anything by watching price action, they do this type of shit at the end of the day. So I mean, I'm gonna put this in break even when I go to sleep or whatever. But we'll see what Thursday does. I hope Thursday just kind of like starts kind of like floating up, and then the news. I might close it by the news tomorrow. So we'll see. I don't think I need to mention anything else. I think I've beat a dead horse here. We've talked about if you want to look at the other assets. Oh yeah, no, I talked about them. Look at that. So, and they obviously came a lot deeper. So they came to this weak gap here. With this weak gap right here for Dow, I'm looking at is from Monday or Sunday the 12th. That weak gap, Sunday the 12th. They came right to it. Look at that. Boom. And then look at that. I mean, did they bounce right off the tip of it? Come on, man. You can't make this shit up, bro. All right, bounced out. I was saying that we were going to come lower here and wipe out that liquidity. Plus, there was a gap sitting right there, so they need a body below it. They just went straight to that. So basically, wiping any late buyers is very common, basic price action. Basically, even this right here, like us coming down here, what do we have here? We have a high, we have a higher low. We have a high, we have a higher low. So this becomes support, which is fine. I'm also looking at this as a support, but these are the late breakout artists. If I was to sit on the couch every day, do nothing, and then just wait for this type of push through and retracement to buy at support and push up, wouldn't that be the easiest job on earth? Well, that's the reason why they come down and they take out these type of levels, is because we got people that are fucking lazy trying to wait for it to break that high and then retrace back. I do this on a 1-minute chart, right? But this is just a 4-hour chart. So you get it. I talk about this all the time. So we'll see what happens from here, man. I mean, I'm assuming this is a support area. I don't know if it's going to come back one more time. If it does, then I like this area. I like the 50% of it. I like that last down candle, and I have it marked right here for the weekly, which is the open, that candle right there. And then this opening range. This is a real question for me. Do we tap into here? So this Thursday with the news pushed down one more time, and then Friday will be the retracement for 30% maybe, or 20% of the entire weekly range for the wick creating the wick of this week. So I don't know, does Thursday reverse or does Thursday continue to this area here? Because if Thursday's continuing, I'm gonna pretty much assume that we're coming here, and then we might return, and then we might retrace there, right? So I pretty much laid it all out. There's the game. I already gave you the game plan if it doesn't push up from here, obviously. That's really much it, man. What's it to take these shots? It's like, you take these shots and it's like it's already at $6,000. It's like, what do you got to lose? You put your stop loss in a good area, and you take these shots. I mean, I don't know what else I could do. It's all psychology. I mean, you see the technicals. Technicals is easy. We've taught this a million times on this channel, but psychology is something you can't really teach. You have to experience. You have to understand. You gotta. The reason why my psychology is better is because I know there's a buzz coming every 15 minutes. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm not missing nothing. Besides being a degenerate and over trading or constantly not trusting in your own analysis, like those things like are part of the game. So, all right, you guys take care and God bless.